Okay, so now that we've got this, next thing we're going to do is we're going to just simply create some shapes. I want you to keep this document open, the one where you've got the two images you've just made, and I want you to open a new document. It can be A3 or A4. I'm just have it as A4, and make sure the orientation is on landscape. In fact, I'm actually going to make this the background, so I'm going to unlock the background, and I'm going to make the background black. And there's a few different ways you can do this. I want you to try two different methods. So the first one which I'm going to use is simply just using my rectangle tool, and I want the fill to be white so I can actually see it. I don't want to have a stroke. And just going to start. If you look at some of Armin Hoffman's work, the Swiss graphic designer, you will see he uses a lot of similar sort of shapes, not directly going off of that work. These are a bit more random. I am considering certain things. So that looks good there. You don't have to use these shapes either, really, but they don't look quite well. They work quite well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to drag my selection. Actually, I want to make sure that my background layer is locked. And I'm going to select all of these layers, hold shift, select them all. Command, merge shapes, and I'm just going to copy and paste that into here. I'm just going to highlight all of these and make them a little bit smaller so they fit on the page nice and snug. Make sure you hold shift to rescale these images. That's what you need to do. And I'm actually going to come up to my I'm going to come to view and come down to rulers, and I'm going to draw a line from the side of here where you see the measurements over here. If you just hold left click and drag, you can start to draw a line in the middle of the page, just for some sort of arrangement, really. Right, you don't need this so anymore, just going to get rid of it. And the another thing you can do is, use your pen tool. So I want no fill. Actually, no, I do want a fill. I want it to be white, and I want the stroke to also be white, actually. And just start drawing shapes, really. Just anything. So I like the look of that. If you come over to your path selection tool, you can just play around with this a little bit more. Come to some of these. Well, why is it not letting me? I hold shift. You can start to play around with some of these anchor points. Yeah, I like that. Now what I'm going to do with this, you can also do it with the shape you've made previously, is I'm actually going to add a texture to this. so it's not just plain. So I'm going to come up to filler, and where's my textures? I'm going to come to filler gallery so I can actually see rasterize image, convert to smart object, zoom out so I can see. Don't want it to be sandstone, so I'm just going to play around with some of these textures and see what I think looks kind of interesting. Just add some more detail to it. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So same again, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Into my items document to rescale it. Some of these need to be a bit smaller. There we go. That's it. And then that's it for these. Just for these shapes. Don't need that. So yeah, that's it for these just those shapes. Next, we're going to be grabbing some items from the actual film. So I'll explain that in the next step.